Hey there everybody, this is King Angus, also known as Angus McCallum, and this is a thank you video that I've decided to create for 4 very special people who have helped Wings of Equilibria in the past. Now these 4 people have helped with the 2 characters in Wings of Equilibria known as Shaak Nosolee, the White Ultra, and Vulpes Shadeheart, the Shade Lieutenant for the coalition of rebels within the Wings of Equilibria series. Now, it's been around a year and a half since Wings of Equilibria was first released. It was first released in March 14, 2010. No, wait, 2011, and I just wanted to give a big thank you to these 4 people. So the first one I want to give a really big thanks for is Memphis 93, who is the first one that I contacted. I contacted him in February 2nd, 2011, and I wanted to talk to him about the Shaak Nosolee part. Now, I was thinking Shaak Nosolee could have just been a simple minor part in the story, but as I started developing it, he became quite a big character, in a sense that he was going to be friends with Solstice, and that's where the beginning of the whole human-Sanghili bonding would begin. So that's how they became friends. Now, Memphis had created a voice acting demo that I really liked at that time, so I contacted him if he was interested. Now, Wings of Equilibria was my first ever machinima series, granted the serious one. King and Friends was more of a comedy one, but it was the first serious one, and I was unsure of whether he would have accepted it or not, but Memphis said that he was more than happy enough to voice the part of Shaak Nosolee, but he was called the White Ultra at the time, and he was more than happy to voice it. So I wanted to bring the character back, and I was worried if he was still dedicated for the part. So I brought him back on Chapter 3, which was released in around August 3rd, 2011, and I brought him back then, and he was happy to continue working on the character. So now that Shaak Nosolee has kind of passed away, it's better to kind of say thanks. Now, I wasn't really able to contact him so much for Chapter 5, but I wanted to give him a big thanks because he did help voice the character for an entire year. Now that's a lot. He voiced Shaak Nosolee for an entire year, and I just wanted to say a big thank you. Thanks, Memphis 93. You've been a great help for me in the series, and I hope that I really do hope that you go places. I mean, I looked over your channel and I really like some of the soundtrack samples that you've made, and I just hope life is really good for you. Right, next person I want to say a big thanks is for the Land Moo Cow. Now, the Land Moo Cow was originally supposed to be voicing Vulpes, but shortly after I asked him to voice Vulpes, he decided to resign from voice acting. Nevertheless, it's the thought that counts, and at the time he was happy to voice Vulpes, and I was happy for him to voice it, because as soon as I changed his pitch, I was like, oh my god, you are Vulpes, you are the evil bugger. So I got him, and I just want to say thanks so much, Land Moo Cow. Sorry, thank you so much for helping me out with Vulpes. It's the thought that counts, and I really appreciated the help that you gave for me. Next person I want to say thank you is Niall ZJ, also known as Niall Zam Jones. Now, I contacted Niall while I was working on one of my machinimas called Divine Absolution. His voice was godly. I mean, your voice is godly, Niall. I have to say that, you've got one of the most godly voices ever. When I asked you to voice act in Divine Absolution, I thought the voice was really good, and when I put the elite voice effect on, that was one of the best ever voice effects I ever put on, and you have something so evil about your voice. Like, you can voice the most silly and serious parts, but you sound so evil. I detected a hint of evil tone in there, so that's why I decided that you would be best. So Niall had been voicing Vulpes shortly after Chapter 4's release, and he's been voicing Vulpes for Chapter 4 to Chapter 5 now. It's pretty impressive because he sends his lines in quite quickly, and I really appreciate the fact that he helped me. So Niall said he's gone into voice acting as a professional career, and he's actually started getting some good results as a thing. So I thought it'd be nice to kind of give him say goodbye to him. So Niall Zam, if you're listening to this, I want to thank you so much for helping me with the Wings of Equilibria series. It meant a lot to me, and I really hope that you get your voice acting career into the big shows. I really hope that you get successful with that. Final guy is MenacingThreat, also known as Death Threat 97. Now, he was one of the most recent voice actors. Now, he contacted me about voice acting a character in Hearts of Dusk, and when he voice acted it, unfortunately, all the major roles had been filled, but he had a really, really good vocal tone, and I thought to myself, he also sounds like Shaak. He could definitely voice Shaak. And so I started contacting him. I was asking, could you voice 2 minor parts and 1 minor and 1 major? I asked him if he wanted to voice a minor part in terms of a Wonderheart guard or whatnot, and the major part, he was more than thrilled to voice Shaak because he loves Wings of Equilibria, and he was ecstatic when I told him, could you voice Shaak, which was one of his favourite characters. So I started talking to him over Skype, over text chat, and he sent me the lines. Now, what I really thank him for is that he sent me the lines quickly and efficiently, and I really loved the tone that he pulled off. Yeah, he did do a lot of vocal narrative, and I was like, every single time I was editing Wings Chapter 5, when he was like talking about thank you, and I was like, oh my god! But no, thanks so much, MenacingThreat. You've been a great help for me. So I just want to say that. So Memphis on 93, Niall Zam Jones, Land Moo Cow, and MenacingThreat, you guys are absolutely amazing. I thank you so much for voicing Shaak Nosolee and Vulpes Shadeheart. You will never be forgotten in the Wings of Equilibria series, and if you are still doing some of the social voice acting, I probably might not use you so often as possible in Wings of Equilibria or like something I'm working on, but I'll definitely recommend you to other voice actors and some of my friends as well. So I want to thank you guys for so much help, and to anybody who is not one of the voice actors, which is pretty much most of the majority, I want you guys to you guys and gals to give a big thanks to these guys because they have been really big help. So this is Angus McCallum, also known as King Stangos, saying goodbye. Thanks anyway, and adios.